brought it tonight. And so did Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. In the final segments of the go-home show for Monday Night Raw for this Saturday's Royal Rumble. What is Triple H planning with that closing segment? Are we looking at CM Punk and Cody Rhodes in the main events of WrestleMania in Las Vegas? If you want Tony Khan to have a heart attack on the spot, that's the match to go with. We will not be showing any disrespect tonight to J.D. McDonough. What a fucking beast. And Roman Reigns is on the cover of the new video game. But it's Bloodline Rules this year for 2K25. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we're drinking at the OTS venue, as always, downstairs inside my mother's basement. And when I get there on this Monday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for January 27th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be. The go-home show for the Royal Rumble, everybody's favorite event of the entire year. The Royal Rumble on Saturday afternoon. It's going to be a star-studded affair This Royal Rumble match itself, especially for the men, is coming pretty damn close to rivaling the 1992 Royal Rumble as far as star power is concerned. The Women's Royal Rumble is going to be the most star-studded Women's Royal Rumble that they've ever produced. And tonight, one thing is abundantly clear. One thing was made for certain tonight. You've seen it all through the build on Raw and on SmackDown. No matter how you feel about the current WWE product, some feel that it's in a good place, which it is. Some feel that Triple H, he needs to speed through some storylines because not everything needs a 9-10 month build and not everything needs to be completely slow burned. Triple H has a problem sometimes with keeping the burner on simmer instead of turning the heat up a little bit. Some people feel that he's played it very safe, going through Survivor Series and going through Saturday night's main event and going through the debut on Netflix for Monday Night Raw. Now we're venturing into the Royal Rumble. You're almost guaranteed for things to start getting hotter. You're almost guaranteed for business to pick up. But one thing has been abundantly clear, and it was made clear even more so tonight. All of the stories that WWE has going on right now are going to take shape inside the Men's Royal Rumble. We have Seth Rollins opening the show. Seth Rollins is opening the show. He named Drew McIntyre. He named Sami Zayn. He's named CM Punk, Roman Reigns, so on and so forth. These are all men that at one point or another, their paths have crossed. Or in the case of Roman Reigns, his name was mentioned several times because Rollins has a problem with the way Roman Reigns abused his power back last WrestleMania season. Then you have someone like Logan Paul, who's now moved over from Friday night to Monday night. Obviously, you can see why. You can see why they would want him on Netflix. And he's already made both Rollins, who he wrestled at WrestleMania, and Gunther targets in the Royal Rumble. That's not the first time Logan Paul has mentioned Gunther. This is the first time that they've been in the ring together. Logan Paul made a mention of the World Heavyweight Championship on the Raw Netflix kickoff show when WWE held that before the debut on Netflix at the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. He came out on stage and promised that this year he would be a World Heavyweight Champion. Then we got somebody like Sami Zayn, who bumped into Cody Rhodes in the back. Sami Zayn's been pushed around. Sami Zayn hasn't really had a good string of luck lately. He can't beat Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens is trying to manipulate him. All of these stories are now intertwining. We even got Karrion Kross involved with Sami Zayn. Karrion Kross telling Sami what he needs to do instead of Sami worrying about what he has to do. Now he's got to worry about what Karrion Kross's agenda is. Sami Zayn and CM Punk. CM Punk had some choice words for a lot of different people. Last week, while he threw Hulk Hogan under the bus, he mentioned Sami Zayn. They crossed paths tonight. Sami Zayn got in CM Punk's face and said, "We're not on the same level. You're right. I main evented a WrestleMania and you did not. So we're not on the same level. You are correct." Then we got Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre in the main event tonight. Another match between those two. Sami Zayn's 0-12 against Drew McIntyre. Can't get a win. Then we have Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn inadvertently getting into it with the Helluva Kick. Just playing up the fact that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, their paths are going to cross And it was only a week ago where we got Kevin Owens, who was using manipulation tactics on Sami Zayn. No matter what you've been through, no matter who you've teamed with, no matter you sticking up and befriending Roman Reigns again and helping Roman Reigns, I know that you are my best friend. I know you're a good guy. And I know that in the end, you're going to help me and I'm going to help you. So with Sami Zayn booting Cody Rhodes in the face inadvertently tonight, Kevin Owens is once again using manipulation tactics on Sami Zayn, also casting doubt on what he needs to do going into the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk absolutely started everything off tonight on the road to WrestleMania. A little seed planted for what's going to come on Saturday. They're already getting the party started. Boy, oh boy, was that a major closing angle to Monday Night Raw tonight. As WWE has now teased yet another mega match for WrestleMania, potentially in Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Time stops when they are in the ring together. I think even looking at it head on, even now, even tonight, looking at both guys in the ring at the positions that they hold in the company in 2025, knowing where they came from in the last couple of years, it is still amazing to see both guys in the ring at the same time on Raw when nobody thought that at least CM Punk would have never made it back to where he is today in WWE. It's still just astonishing to see both guys in the ring after what they've gone through in the other place. And now they're on the road to WrestleMania and could realistically be the main event for WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. WWE has done a great job of intertwining stories. WWE's done a great job of telling individual stories with their top stars that are interesting enough that are going to play out in the Royal Rumble to make the Royal Rumble match the most unpredictable Royal Rumble match in decades. That's what they did. So through all the slow burn and through all the safe play from Paul Levesque and through all of the ho-hum, middle-of-the-road shows that aren't really all that great, but they're not all that bad either, it is all going to be wrapped up in the Royal Rumble. I almost get a sense that WWE, I could be wrong. I don't want to get ahead of myself because the more we get excited about something, the more we get hyped about something, the more often we are left disappointed. So I'm going into this just kind of middle of the road. But it certainly feels that WWE is using the Rumble as some weird scientific experiment, man. They're literally taking everything that they've calculated throughout the last 6 to 9 months, and they're just going to fucking put it in the Rumble, and you're going to get the best recipe, the most chaotic recipe possible, one that's filled with emotion and unpredictability, man. I can't wait to see it all play out. I really can't. I thought Monday Night Raw did a very good job tonight. I thought Raw's been killing it since the move to Netflix. It just feels big. It feels important, especially now on the road to WrestleMania. It just feels different than it was in the previous era. We got some great wrestling tonight. We got a tag team championship match that was a banger tonight with the Judgment Day and the War Raiders. We'll talk about the great performance from one JD McDonough. We're not going to call him any McDonald's names, and we're not going to use puns to describe JD McDonough. Tonight, his name is JD McBeast. He fucking killed it tonight. And he was already underappreciated before he went into that match. And we still joked on him, but we knew the talent that he possessed. Tonight, he fucking killed. He almost killed himself and still finished the match, only to then reportedly collapse as soon as he got backstage after the match was over. Great match. And a great title defense for the War Raiders for the first time out defending those tag team titles. Obviously, we'll talk about CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Do I think that that will be the main event of WrestleMania? No, I do not. I do not think that will be the main event for WrestleMania. Roman Reigns is on the cover of the new video game, WWE 2K25. There are 2 editions. There's an Undertaker Deadman edition, boring. And then there's a Bloodline special edition with Roman Reigns on the proper cover of the video game, the normal edition. So that was announced tonight. Paul Heyman and Drew McIntyre got into it tonight. Paul Heyman cut a very great promo. I thought Monday Night Raw did what it needed to do for a go-home show. And we're going to talk about it all tonight right here on the Monday Night Raw post-show, right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys very much for joining me here on your Monday nights. You could be anywhere else, watching whomever else. I know there's some drama going on in the community that was supposedly supposed to be addressed tonight. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? You're here because you want to talk about pro wrestling. You're here because you want to hang out with one of the best communities in the entire IWC. You're here because you want to hear the great tunes. Thank you. First order of business. Tonight we're sponsored by Huel. Go check them out. I pinned the comment inside the live stream chat at the very top. If you guys want to know more about Huel, go click the link. Tonight we're sponsored by them. Get Huel today. Exclusive offer for all of my listeners tonight on the Monday Night Raw post. 15% off plus a free gift. We'll go over Huel a little bit later on in the show, but I want to thank them for once again supporting the podcast right here on Off the Script. I got to shout out my community, man. Thank you for a great stream last night. We had the best of stream. Finally, we got it done. Best of 2024 stream, voted by none other than the OTS community. Jesse and I were live last night. We went just a little over 3 hours, and we had special guest appearances from Mr. Santizap, Conman167, my guy Ango, kicking it with Ross, Don Tony, and the one and the only Salamonster, who we'll see tomorrow night as we have another great episode of Tuesday Night Titans planned for you all tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. So if you guys missed that stream, go and check it out. It is on the homepage right now. Really, really, really great discussion and great insight from me, Jesse, and a ton of your favorite creators. So go and check that out. I got to shout out my community as well. The Royal Rumble pool is off and running, and so far, we've calculated the entries into the OTS Rumble pool, which is taking place all week. Lucky Gio has 1 entry. Ellis Felu has 1 entry. David Thiering has 13 entries. Best in the World Matt has 22 entries. Mr. Premium has 1 entry. Dr. Evil Genius has 2 entries. Mason the Legend, Michael Krause, Stu the Beats, MGM Bolin, and Tony McCann have 1 entry each. Adam Casper has 13 entries. BC24 has 10 entries. Johnny Boy Vaccaro has 4 entries. Furious Nation has 2. Jeff has 2. Raging Girl Gamer has 15 entries. And Jay Barker from FL7_4, I'm assuming that's Jason Barker, has 1 entry. So if you guys want to get in on it, every $10 super chat, there's a goal pinned in the live stream chat. Every $10 will get you 1 entry into the Royal Rumble pool. If you want to donate 50, 100, that's 5 entries for 50, that's 10 entries for 100. What you guys are going to get is an entry into the Royal Rumble pool, and 1 lucky winner will win a sea of off-the-script merchandise chosen by yours truly. Appreciate you guys for showing up big time. If you guys want to get in on that, super chats are open. Sidro, you do not have an entry. Actually, you know what, Sidro? I'm sorry. You do have 2 entries, brother. Sidro has 2 entries. Never mind. Never mind. Jesse, you calculated it wrong, bro. This fucking guy. Still complaining about the New Day from last night. Sidro has 2 entries. We got you. We got you, bro. We got you, bro. Don't worry. 2 entries. Go check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. Hit that thumbs up. Obviously, you guys know what to do there. Hit the thumbs up. Helps us out in the algorithm. Leave a comment down below. Helps us out in the algorithm. And like I said, tomorrow night is when you will see the next installment of Tuesday Night Titans Royal Rumble edition. So look forward to that 8:30 Eastern with me and the Solo Monster on Tuesday Night Titans. There you go. I love it. I love the energy. Captain Solo just earned himself 5 entries with a $50 bomb. And then we got Jeff with another entry. Look at that. Thank you guys very much, man. Love the energy. Keep it going. And we're going to start at the top with Monday Night Raw in Hotlanta. They were in Hotlanta tonight. And we start the show off with Seth Rollins. Rollins entered. He got a decent reaction. Everybody singing his song. He says this is his favorite time of the year. WrestleMania season. It's everybody's favorite time of the year. Kicks off on Saturday. He admitted that 2025 got off to a bad start because he lost in the main event of the debut on Monday Night Raw to CM Punk. He lost in the main event of the biggest Monday Night Raw of all time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. You guys are crazy. Dovey with a $100 super chat. Hey, JD and OTS family. Dovey wants in, please. She wants in to the Rumble pool, and she is in the Royal Rumble pool. Dovey, thank you very much. Appreciate you for being here. We love Dovey. We love everybody, man. Thank you guys very much. Ashen with a 20. And Chris Lloyd comes in with a 10. So thank you very much. Super chats will remain open. He suffered the worst loss of his career on the first Raw of the year and suffered a black eye. The crowd chanted for CM Punk. And he quickly remarked that CM Punk looked no better off than he did when the match was over. After he lost, Rollins wondered who he was and who he wanted to be. But he knew who he was. He was Seth freaking Rollins. When he was the most focused version of himself, there was no one on the planet better than him. I want to stop there. It is perfectly normal for everybody to exude confidence. It's perfectly normal for everybody to go out there and be their own biggest fan. If you're not your biggest fan, then you're doing it all wrong. But every time Rollins was in the top spot, I felt like Monday Night Raw suffered just a little bit with him as the champion, him as the top guy, him as the babyface, top babyface on the show. Now, that may just be a me problem, but I always felt that Seth Rollins was better chasing the championship than when he was actually the champion. He's a great pro wrestler, don't get me wrong. He's had banger matches, don't get me wrong. But Rollins, honestly, saying that no one on the planet is better than him, I can name about 2 or 3 guys on this roster alone on this show that are better than Seth Rollins. And who's better? Who's better than the Polish sausage? with a $100 super chat. The Polish sausage wants in. Cheers, OTS family. Love it. The Polish sausage. It's me, Mario. It's me, Mario. Where's the pizza? Love it. I don't know why I did the Mario voice, but I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are killing it tonight. I love the energy, man. I love the energy. Rollins. What was the best version of Seth Rollins in WWE? Was it Shield Rollins? Is it this version of Seth Rollins? No. And no. The best version of Seth Rollins was, I forgot what year it was. What was it, 2018? Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. I mean, the guy was putting on bangers with the fucking Miz on Monday Night Raw. Remember that version of Seth Rollins? That Rollins was untouchable, bro. That was the best version of Seth Rollins. Now he's older, he's a little bit slower, he's more injury prone, he's got the knee issues, he's got the back problems. He's still great, don't get me wrong. He could still go out there and give you a 4.5-star classic. But that, to me, is the best version of Seth Rollins. 2015, was it 15? Yeah, I think it was 2018. 2018 Rollins. Easily the best. Easily the best. 15 was good, too. 15 was good, too. But 2018 was the best. Clarity Golden says, JD, come on. I can even do a better Mario. It's me, Mario. Leave my Mario alone, huh? Yes, I pronounce it Mario, not Mario. Mario. Mario and Luigi. Messiah Rollins was good, too. James all day. Messiah Rollins was good, too. But the Messiah Rollins, he was stuck in the pandemic era. He really came to life during the pandemic era. We didn't really see Messiah Rollins take off in front of a live audience, but it is what it is. We had to sit through Rollins and Mysterio, eye for an eye. Remember that? Yeah, I don't care to talk about that at all, ever, again. He started his path to redemption when he beat McIntyre last week, and it would continue on Saturday. He had no problem tossing out John Cena, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, or even Roman Reigns. He especially hoped to toss out Roman Reigns. He dreamt of CM Punk being the final person in the ring with him so he could crush his Mania dream to dust. The real question was, which title would he go after when he won? We all knew Gunther was just holding the world title until he decided to go after it. But honestly, it would honestly be boring if Rollins ventured anywhere into the World Championship title picture. I do not think that Rollins is going to be in a world title program going into WrestleMania. I really don't know where Rollins fits into the WrestleMania ecosystem. I don't. I honestly feel still at this very part of WrestleMania season, even though we don't really know much going into the Rumble and that things are going to play out dramatically in the Royal Rumble, I still feel that Rollins and Punk are still going to be the WrestleMania match in Las Vegas. I don't know why I feel that way. I'd be curious to know what you guys think. I just feel that Rollins and Punk are going to get one more match, and we're going to get it at WrestleMania. This is why I said earlier, I don't think that Punk and Cody are going to main event WrestleMania. I don't think we're getting Punk and Roman at WrestleMania. I don't. I feel like it is going to be Punk and Rollins. And we all know Gunther is holding the World Championship. I know Rollins is definitely going to be factoring into the championship that Gunther is holding and not Cody, but I just don't see him coming anywhere close to the World Championship. I don't think that we need to go back there. I think he'll be fine as a top player to come very close, but I don't think he is going to ever get the championship, at least on Monday night for the time being. So Gunther, speak of the devil, interrupts and comes on out. He informed Rollins that he wasn't keeping the belt warm for him. He wondered where Rollins has been while Gunther has been defending the title. He said he beat that clown, Jey Uso, on Saturday night at Saturday night's main event. The crowd then yeeted. So Gunther reiterated that he beat Jay's ass in San Antonio. Gunther advised Rollins to ignore the drama and focus on the Rumble, but he wondered if Rollins still had it in him. Rollins said the world's heavyweight title that Gunther wears around his waist only exists because of Seth Rollins. Rollins wasn't Jey Uso or Damian Priest or Finn Balor. Gunther knew that and called Rollins one of the best wrestlers to ever step foot in WWE history. But it was 2025 and he was no longer the best in the company. Gunther was. Gunther wanted Rollins to face him at WrestleMania so he could feel the same way as everyone else when they faced him. Oh my goodness, man. We got another $100 super chat by the Polish Sausage. Oh my goodness. Super chat out of nowhere, he says. Let's keep this energy going, get those likes in, and cheers to the legend, JD. Thank you once again, brother. Another round of applause. The Sausage is serving them up hot tonight. Love it, love it, love it. Love the energy, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sausage. Appreciate you very much. Yes, he called Jey Uso a clown. Yes, I know. The only clown that we know exists currently is working down in Jacksonville, Florida. We won't mention his name here. We don't want to upset the sickos. So, all of a sudden, Logan Paul comes out and interrupts. We got massive boos for Logan Paul. He enters the ring. The boos get louder every time he spoke. He said the Netflix era needed a new face, one that oozed with charisma. He said Gunther and Rollins were both great in the ring, but they have reached their peaks. There was a loud "you suck" chant at Logan Paul. Logan Paul then announced that he would predictably be entering the Royal Rumble. He said, and I quote, he has no plans to eliminate 29 other men because that was grunt work. He would be smarter than that. He would win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania by being the last guy standing. So basically, he gave you an insight as to what he's got to do. He doesn't have to eliminate anybody except for one guy. He's going to make it to the end. He's going to eliminate that one guy and then go to WrestleMania. Did Logan Paul just foreshadow that he is going to be number 30 in the Royal Rumble? I don't know. I don't think he's going to be number 30. But I do think that he is going to have a very impressive Royal Rumble. Logan Paul announced that he would be in the Royal Rumble. Rollins was amused. The crowd gave him the what treatment. Gunther said that he changed his mind and that he wanted Logan Paul to win the Royal Rumble instead of Seth Rollins so he could knock that cocky smirk off of his face. The crowd cheered Gunther. Rollins got the last word and said that he would be getting his title back if he chose to, as he looked over at Gunther. I know a lot of people on social media don't like Logan Paul. There may be some people in this live stream chat that don't like Logan Paul. You could sit there and dislike whomever you want. But one thing is for obvious One thing is for certain, that Logan Paul is a talented motherfucker. No doubt about it. Guy can go as soon as the bell rings. The guy is just fucking great. For someone doing this shit for as little as he has been, he is great. No matter what you think of him, no matter what you think of his political beliefs and some of the shit that he's tweeted and the crypto shit that he's done, whatever the case may be, Prime Energy and all the supposed people suing him over Prime Energy being unhealthy and whatever the case may be. The guy is fucking a freak of nature. He is athletic as fuck. And I am going to sit here and say something that you guys might not agree with. I love Gunther. I think that's pretty well documented. I love Gunther. Some people don't like Gunther. Some people don't think Gunther is their cup of coffee. That's fine. Gunther is an acquired taste. But when Gunther wrestles and the bell rings, you know he's a great fucking wrestler. You know Gunther is going to sell himself on emotion. You know Gunther's going to put together a great wrestling match. Gunther, it is physically impossible for Gunther to have a bad match. No way that's happening. So at least give him that. You might not like his style. You might think he's vanilla. You might think he's just a 6'4", overly fucking pushed white dude on WWE television that has no charisma and no aura to him. Fine. But when he gets in the ring, everybody shuts the fuck up. He's great. He's great. World Championship title run might not be as impressive as the Intercontinental title run, but it's two different scenarios. It really is. I'm going to say something that many people might not agree with. I don't know what Gunther's plans are. I don't. The rumor was that we would see Goldberg tonight. We didn't see Goldberg. Goldberg was not on the show tonight. Goldberg could be a surprise in the Royal Rumble, but Goldberg did not appear on Raw tonight from Atlanta. The rumor was that Goldberg and Gunther could be headed for a WrestleMania match. I don't know if that's still in the plans. Goldberg wants a retirement match. He may want one match. He may want two matches. He may get 2 paydays out of it. That's all that Bill Goldberg cares about is the fucking payday. He doesn't give a shit who he's in the ring with. He might want to wrestle one in Las Vegas, and then he might want to wrestle one in Saudi because he knows he's going to get paid, and that's all he cares about. He doesn't give a shit about creative, putting someone over. He doesn't give a shit about anything that happens on TV as long as it benefits Bill Goldberg. That's an idea. That's a plan. That's a rumor. John Cena. John Cena and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. 2 rumors. I don't do either match. I think playing out John Cena's number 17 so early is a mistake. When you have the rest of the year to tell that story, why blow through it at WrestleMania? So whoever eliminates John Cena from the Royal Rumble is going to be John Cena's WrestleMania opponent more than likely, and there are a few candidates for that. It could be Logan Paul. It could be Drew McIntyre. It could be Gunther. It could be Cody. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. It could be Randy Orton. We don't know. We don't know where John Cena's going to fit in. Could be CM Punk for all we fucking know. I don't think playing out number 17 at WrestleMania is the right move. So that's another Gunther potential WrestleMania match. Do we get Gunther versus Seth Rollins? Being that they've already teased Rollins and Gunther. Rollins going after the World Heavyweight Championship. Is Punk just now moved on from Seth Rollins to a point where he's not focusing on that championship? Because clearly at the end of the show, he's focused mainly on the WWE Championship. He wants to main event the entire fucking show. He don't want to main event night 1 because that's not main eventing the entire show. He wants to be in the last match on the last night against the WWE Champion at WrestleMania. So has Rollins and Gunther planted seeds for a potential match, and CM Punk completely move on from everything Seth Rollins? I don't know. But what about this? What about this? There's two things potentially that could take place. There was a rumor today via PW Insider that AJ Styles is being looked at to return in the Royal Rumble. That could be a major situation on the road to WrestleMania. Now, if AJ Styles, who I believe should move over to Monday Night Raw, I do think that the transfer window should move him over to Raw. I do think the transfer window should continue to move some pieces over to SmackDown to fill out that show, being that it's 3 hours. And right now it's fucking boring over on Friday night. If AJ's in the Rumble, and AJ's going to be a part of the road to WrestleMania, AJ versus Gunther, tell me that's not a WrestleMania match. I think that's a WrestleMania match. I'd love to see it. So that's an option. Out of everything that I mentioned so far for Gunther, Goldberg, Rollins, Cena, it's probably the number one pick. It's probably the thing that I would go with out of everything. AJ versus Gunther. Or Logan Paul wins the Elimination Chamber. Logan Paul challenges Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Now, I know it's probably not on your list of matches that you'd want to see at WrestleMania. I know you're probably thinking Gunther deserves better than that. There's no way I'm taking that over AJ versus Gunther. But this is now the second time it's been teased. First time was at WWE headquarters for the Raw Kickoff show back in December before they debuted on Netflix. 2 weeks before Netflix, they had everybody gather at the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. Logan Paul came out and said he was going to be a World Heavyweight Champion this year. Gunther then mentioned that he'd slapped the shit out of Logan Paul on that very same stage on that very same afternoon. Now, tonight was the second time that they've embraced and mentioned each other by name. This time they were only face-to-face. I don't want to see it over an AJ Styles. But if the plan is for Logan Paul versus Gunther, I would not have a problem with that match. I would not. It's just, and the reason why I don't have a problem with that is because it embodies everything that Gunther stands for. That's why I wouldn't mind it. Logan Paul's a great athlete. Logan Paul could probably do things in there with Gunther that a lot of people really can't do against Gunther. He'd give him a great match. We know it. Gunther would fucking school the shit out of him. He learned the hard way from Gunther. But the reason why I find the match so appealing is because look at Gunther's gimmick. Look at everything that Gunther stands for. The mat is sacred. Pro wrestling is sacred. This is his art. This is his lifestyle. Everything regarding pro wrestling is his lifestyle. Logan Paul comes in, cocky as fuck, has been doing this for 2 years, already claiming he's better than Gunther and better than Rollins and that they've hit their peak and he hasn't even hit anywhere close to that. The cockiness, the aura, the heel that is Gunther against Logan Paul, who is going to be more heel than Gunther is. He may turn Gunther babyface for the fucking night. I don't think that's a match that we should be pushing to the side. I don't think it's a match that we should be rolling our eyeballs to. I think that would be a great fucking match. Honestly. Is it my preferred match for WrestleMania? No. We don't know what WWE is planning to do yet. Hopefully we find out a little bit more at the Royal Rumble. But look at all the names that WWE has thrown at Gunther or has been linked to Gunther via the dirt sheets or a rumor. John Cena, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. The list goes on and on. I don't know where WWE is going to land, but if it's AJ, that's my preferred choice. They got to move him to Monday Night Raw first. There are things that have to happen in order for that to happen. And it's a fresh match. Logan Paul, it's a possibility. I don't want to write it off yet, and neither should you. Kathy Kelly. She interviewed CM Punk backstage. Punk didn't care about Logan Paul and planned on winning the Royal Rumble. He'd even throw Kathy Kelly out of the Royal Rumble if he had to. Sami Zayn interrupted and asked about Punk's comment last week about them not being on the same level. Sami Zayn said that was true, only because one of them was a main event WrestleMania main eventer. They said that they would see each other in the Rumble, and Sami Zayn threw it right back at Punk that he was in the main event of WrestleMania and he was not. And Punk said, yeah, we will see each other in the Royal Rumble. Karrion Kross then stops Sami Zayn as he walked away from CM Punk. I always like a situation backstage where one guy interrupts another guy to then walk away from that situation to then get interrupted by somebody else. It just makes the backstage environment lively, and it just really gives it a life of its own. So Karrion Kross approached Sami Zayn after he walked away. Kross basically advised him to listen to Kevin Owens because there was a world of opportunity at his feet. Kross then left, and then Cody walked into frame. He suddenly appeared and patted Sami Zayn on the back. Zayn acted surprised to see him, and he was even startled a little bit that he jumped back. Zayn quickly patted him on the chest, said nothing to him, and left. He said nothing to him. He just patted him on the chest and walked away. He said nothing to him because they want to give you the illusion. Triple H wants to give you the illusion that Sami Zayn is legitimately taking Kevin Owens' offer and Kevin Owens' words. He's taking them seriously, and he's giving them serious thought. So again, look at how we go from one problem to another problem that involves Cody and KO, and then involves Sami because of his relationship with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. And then you got Karrion Kross, who is just like the devil on your shoulder. You know, the devil and angel scenario. Karrion Kross is the devil. And he's telling Sami Zayn, listen to Kevin Owens. Listen to Kevin Owens. Meanwhile, Sami Zayn's probably got this running through his mind. I want to listen to Kevin Owens because I love Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is my best friend, but I also love Cody, and I respect Cody, and I'm Cody's friend. Then you got CM Punk, who we just saw before all this, who mentioned Sami Zayn in passing last week, disregarding Sami Zayn and his attempts to win the Royal Rumble, saying he's going to win the Royal Rumble, and mentioned Sami Zayn specifically as one of the men he will throw over the top rope to win the Royal Rumble. Look at the interweaving of characters here. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. Whose side is Sami on? He's not even in the fucking match, and he's got his own problems to worry about in the Royal Rumble, and they're giving you a side quest for you to get emotionally attached to. There are levels to this shit, levels that Tony Khan cannot fucking play because he is a fucking amateur. This is what I want from my pro wrestling program. I want to come on here, dissect, talk about, and be excited. Can't do that if you're putting on fucking great pro wrestling and none of it fucking matters because you never gave me the reason of why. You never gave me a reason to care. I'm just going to book this match and you're going to enjoy it because it's great pro wrestling. This is where it matters. This is what is most important. Everything that I just talked about. Love it. There was an interview during the commercials with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They were shown in the crowd. They got moved over to Monday Night Raw. They got traded via the transfer window. Grayson Waller is obviously Austin Theory's tag team partner, who is himself Austin Theory from the ATL. So that's why he was on camera, making him into a bigger deal than he really is. There were a bunch of celebrities in the crowd, a bunch of rappers from the Atlanta area. And we go from that into the first match of the night, which is the War Raiders versus Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. This went 12 minutes. This was fucking great. This was the first match, I do believe, in the War Raiders tag team title run. First opportunity for them to defend the titles. And it's against the former Judgment Day, who were the tag team champions, the former champions. Meanwhile, the champions were Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Tonight, it was Dominic and JD McDonough. A little bit of a free bird rule situation. This match was all about JD McDonough. The only thing people are talking about coming out of this match is the great JD McDonough. So, we'll pick it up from that spot. This was the talk of the entire show, never mind the fucking match. So, War Raiders made their entrance. First tag team title defense. We got the ring introductions. Cole noted that no one has heard from Finn Balor since he lost to Damian Priest in the street fight. And the bell rings and we get this tag team title match underway. So, as soon as the bell rings, McDonough and Dominic attacked the War Raiders, who were not paying attention and they had their backs turned. Referee called for the bell. McDonough landed a running flip dive onto Ivar. And the spot that everybody's talking about, scary spot. Like a holy shit, I hope he ain't dead type of spot. Scary spot in the match early where JD McDonough hit a springboard moonsault. He was on the apron, jumped off the second rope, springboard moonsault, acai moonsault to the outside on Ivar, and his head bounced right off the announce table. Imagine doing an acai moonsault off the second rope springboard. The height he gets. He came down right on Ivar. He landed. The ricochet of him landing and his feet hitting the mat on the outside. He bounced back and legitimately the back of his fucking neck hit the outer edge of the front end of the commentary table and he fucking folded over and planted himself right on the fucking mat face first. Brutal. The instant replay made it fucking worse because they fucking slowed it down. McDonough, fucking guy got to his feet. Michael Cole was calling for a doctor. Fucking guy gets to his feet. He got a standing ovation from the audience in Atlanta and jumped back on the apron. Now, Dominic continued the match to beat up on the War Raiders, Ivar, who was the legal man, but McDonough jumped back up on the apron. So during the break, apparently the doctor checked on McDonough, and he waved the doctor off. He was all right. Now, I don't know what JD McDonough is made of. He may be made of fucking Teflon. Guy is ridiculous. But he finished the match. He had to be fucking just absolutely wrecked. He didn't show a single ounce of anything. He did not let anything bother him. Crazy. Eric and Ivar went for their finish. McDonough ducked it, headbutted Eric. Ivar went to the top, but McDonough brought him down with the suplex. Cole said McDonough must be the toughest man in WWE if he is still going at the speed that he's going. Dominic tagged in. Ivar hit him with a spinning kick. McDonough distracted the referee. All of a sudden, Carlito spit an apple into Ivar's face. This allowed Dominic to hit the 619, and McDonough followed with a moonsault off the top rope. So he hits the moonsault. Dominic goes up top for a frog splash. And apparently Eric saved the day by breaking up the pinfall by shoving McDonough into Dom's pinfall. Dominic went for another 619. Eric tagged himself in. They hit Dom with the War Machine. And that was it. 1, 2, 3. The War Raiders retain the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Excellent match. Excellent match to start Monday Night Raw. That's what I want to see. That's the type of shit we need to start seeing out of the tag team division. Matches like that. McDonough is a sick son of a bitch. And I know we joke around. We call him every McDonald's dollar menu item on the fucking menu. I get it. It's done in jest. It's done in a joking manner. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done it. But tonight we're not going to joke around about him. I seriously hope he's okay. I seriously hope that he is not seriously injured. He's a fucking McBeast. I'll tell you that right now. Reportedly, he collapsed backstage as soon as he walked through the curtain. I hope that he's all right. But man, he is one of the toughest and one of the most underappreciated talents that they have on TV right now. McDonough has been largely a fall guy for the Judgment Day. He has been. He's gone out there and he has made everybody look good with no selfishness on that man at all. He goes in there, he bumps as good as fucking Dolph Ziggler did and continues to do, Nick Nemeth. He sells just like Nick Nemeth. He sells as good as Mr. Perfect. He makes everybody, Ricochet was even great at doing it while he was in the WWE. He makes everybody look fucking great. Undervalued, underappreciated. I think after tonight, people are going to really start appreciating JD McDonough. I think he gained a new level of respect from fans that didn't really see anything in him outside of a fall guy in the Judgment Day. So good on him. This was a great match, and the War Raiders retain the tag team titles. Ludwig Kaiser. He approached Pete Dunne backstage. A little silly. I got to call this out. I just have to call this out. WWE films these scenes as if they are getting ready and you virtually see the cameraman say 3, 2, 1, and then the fucking cue to go. That's it. And then most of the time, they're walking towards the camera in a backstage area, and all you see backstage is a huge steel garage door. Like, where the fuck did he come from? There's no other area back. There's literally no other area in the back where he could have come from. There's no other little door. They're not in a locker room. It's nothing more than production crates and a bunch of fucking shit topped and stacked on one another. Chairs in the back, tables and whatnot. He's walking towards the camera, and where the fuck did he come from? It's almost as if, all right, now you walk towards the camera. And then Ludwig Kaiser just kind of comes into frame and he starts talking to Pete Dunne. Looks a little unnatural. I don't know. He was lonely. He might have been lonely. I don't know. Maybe he's like Mick Foley. Maybe he was sitting in the bowels of the building. I don't know. It seemed like Kaiser wanted to form some sort of an alliance with Pete Dunne. Wouldn't be bad. But before they could say anything to each other, they were approached by the New Day. Even as heels in both Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser, they still wanted nothing to do with the New Day. So they walked away. Kathy Kelly approached the New Day for an interview. Kofi Kingston is in Atlanta, and he was home. This is his home. So Kathy Kelly heard Kofi Kingston say that Atlanta's favorite son is home. And she joked about who it could possibly be. He didn't really say it was Xavier, so she tried to guess who he was talking about. So she was like, Braun Breaker? Kofi's like, no. And then she mentioned Austin Theory. No. And then Cody Rhodes. And then Kofi Kingston got mad. No, nothing like that paper champion. It was Xavier Woods. Woods says he was Atlanta's favorite son. And that he would beat the shit out of Rey Mysterio in front of his own town, his mother, his father, and sister sitting front row. His family wasn't there yet, but Woods knew they would show up because he spent a lot of money on their front row seats. I gotta call this out. We went to commercial. I don't watch it with a VPN, so I watch it on Netflix. I get the 3 minute of ads, and then we come back to live feed. The fact that the New Day didn't get a televised entrance. Why are we skimping entrances on Netflix, on Raw, when the show ends well before the top of the hour at 11 o'clock? I don't know why we're skimping on anybody's entrance, to be quite honest with you. Especially the New Day, who have Xavier Woods back home, and the New Day who are heels, and the New Day who should be presented as a top heel act, and you at home, the viewer, want to feel the heat from the crowd reacting to the New Day. I don't know why we didn't get an entrance for them. So we come back. Woods is already in the ring. Crowd is booing. Woods wanted the crowd to show respect, and Kingston said he would bring Atlanta something that Kirk Cousins and the Falcons could never do, a win. Obviously, that's going to get them some heel heat by mentioning the hometown team and how much they blow. So we got Rey Mysterio coming on out. He's with the LWO. It's went 11 minutes. Rey Mysterio had a banger last week with Kofi Kingston. I enjoyed that match more than I did this match with Xavier. That match was a lot hotter. This one was good too. Woods wrestled in black jeans just like Kofi did last week. Black jeans, black knee pads. Woods caught off Rey's comeback attempt after a commercial break. We'll pick it up after the break. Rey hit a sunset flip powerbomb off the ropes, followed by a code red for a 2 count. Woods shoved Rey into the announce desk on the outside. So all of a sudden, Woods is on the outside. Rey shoved into the commentary table. Woods goes over to his parents and sister in the front row, who finally arrived to the arena sitting in their front row, very expensive seats. So Woods approached them only for his parents to reveal that they were wearing New Day Sucks t-shirts. So there was a rapper, Lil Yachty, who was sitting outside. Who? I don't know, man. I'm an old geezer, bro. I don't know any of these new age musicians. I don't. Lil Yachty is outside. He was wearing one too, sitting right next to Xavier's family. So Woods' sister takes the shirt and tosses it at Xavier Woods right in his face. Woods was pissed, so he went back into the ring. Rey caught him with the 619 and a springboard splash for the 1, 2, 3. Woods' family cheered at his demise. Now, I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know. This is 2 matches now where Rey beat the New Day. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know what their WrestleMania plans are. I don't know if there are WrestleMania plans for the New Day. There should be. I don't know. Maybe we get something that happens in the Royal Rumble. Maybe they get their revenge on Rey and the LWO in the Royal Rumble. Maybe we see Penta and Rey join forces in the Royal Rumble against the New Day. I don't know. But right now, the New Day, got to be honest with you, man, ever since they turned on Big E, they really haven't done much of anything. They just have been presented as losers. I don't think WWE's done a great job of taking them where they need to be, unless this is one of Triple H's slow burns. It's keeping the pot of boiling water on simmer, not to bubble up too much until the right time. But where are we going with this? I wish we got a little bit more, but hopefully we get that little bit more in the Royal Rumble. But Rey Mysterio still delivering good TV matches. The New Day, I like the way that they work heel. I like their act. I like that they transform themselves into the fun-loving unicorns and cereal and fucking trombones into the I don't give a shit. We're right. Everybody else is wrong. You're not understanding us type of heels. I like it. I just want to see more of it. Seth Rollins approached Sami Zayn backstage. Zayn wanted him to know the haluva kick last week was a mistake. Rollins knew that, but said you could understand why he might have thought otherwise. If it happened again, Rollins would not think it would be a mistake. They shook hands. Rollins told him to get his win over Drew McIntyre for the first time tonight. Jey Uso. He entered through the crowd, and he was with Quavo. Another rapper that I don't... Who? Listen, man, I don't know, man. I'm over here. I'm a old school rocker, bro. I don't know who these guys are. Quavo, another Atlanta-based rapper, out with Jey Uso, yeeting all over the place. They got a huge reaction. Jey, after several minutes of yeeting, and Michael Cole and Pat McAfee yeeting, which I feel bad for Jey Uso. It's almost as if I don't want to say this is the case, but it just comes off. It just comes off that WWE knows that Jey Uso is nothing more than an entrance and a way to hype up the crowd. He's nothing more than an entrance and a subpar pro wrestler. He hasn't gotten the job done. He hasn't beaten Gunther in 3 chances now. When is it going to be Jey Uso's time? I said it, though. Him beating Gunther at Saturday Night's Main Event was never going to happen. Never. There was a small sliver of a chance, maybe out of, if you were to gauge on a percentage, 99.8% was all Gunther. There was a sliver of a chance. 0.02% of a chance that Jey Uso might have won the World Heavyweight Championship, but it was never going to happen. You're not going to have Jey Uso as the World Heavyweight Champion going into WrestleMania. He lost. He mentioned it. But he did say, I can beat him. I can beat Gunther. I know I can. Now, I don't know if that was done with hopes of getting a 4th match out of it, or that was just said because he's going to win the Royal Rumble, or he thinks he's going to win the Royal Rumble, and then get another shot at Gunther. That's not going to happen either. Rollins badmouthed him. Now Rollins is mentioning my name. Jey said after Saturday night and after Rollins mentioned him and everybody else saying that they're going to win the Royal Rumble, he says he knows what he has to do. He would toss all of their asses out in the Royal Rumble and he would become the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. No, he won't. He will not win the World Championship. I don't know what we do. If I had the pen for WrestleMania, I'm not doing Jey Uso in a singles match. I'm not. I'm getting Jey and Jimmy back together, and I'm getting Jey and Jimmy in a tag team against the New Day at WrestleMania. I think that story needs to be told. I think the New Day now, as heels against a babyface Usos, even though they have a long history, I do think that the freshness of a heel turn with the New Day and the fact that we haven't seen that match in many, many, many years would give it a fresh take in 2025. And they did something weeks ago where Jey confronted the New Day. So I wonder if that is the WrestleMania plan going into WrestleMania. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Jey Uso is not turning heel. WWE is not going to risk all the merch that man sells to turn him heel. No way. Jackie Redmond interviewed Lyra Valkyria. Lyra said she was ready to defend her Intercontinental Championship, but instead, come Saturday, she is going to do one better. She's going to enter the Royal Rumble. American Made interrupted. Chad Gable told Lyra that Ivy Nile would be winning that belt sooner rather than later for him. Ivy Nile's going to win the belt for him. And then he corrected himself and said, and you, and Ivy, and them, American Made. Lyra said this was as close as any of them were going to get to the Intercontinental title. Ivy Nile got in her face, said that she's going to eventually take this championship off of her. Lyra brushed it off and walked away. So we could be potentially getting the first tease of Lyra's first feud before we move on to her WrestleMania program, which I predict will be against Becky Lynch in Las Vegas. American Made then walked away from Lyra, and they bumped into Otis, Akira Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree filming TikTok videos where Otis was dancing with Tozawa and Maxine was filming it via their cell phone. Gable called them pathetic for doing TikTok dances and that they're losers and they've learned nothing being in his academy, and they walked away, just laughing at how pathetic all three of the Alpha Academy look filming their TikTok videos. Gable continues to just throw it in Otis's face. I don't know what they got going on there, but Gable's another one who I feel should have a decent WrestleMania role or WrestleMania match. I don't know what that is, so we'll see what happens. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's plans have revealed themselves. She's not going after the IC title. She's not going to factor into Rhea Ripley anymore. Looks like Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to be a tag team, potentially going after the tag team championships. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Bianca Belair and Naomi. Now, not only did Liv Morgan beat the tag team champions on SmackDown, we got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez beating the actual tag team champions in a non-title match tonight on Monday night, which theoretically puts them way ahead of everybody else for an opportunity at the tag team championships. When and where, we don't know yet. This wasn't bad. This wasn't bad. I will say, I'm not the biggest Raquel Rodriguez fan, but she works a lot better in a tag team element than she does in a one-on-one element. And so does Liv Morgan. Belair made a hot tag after the commercial break, and she ran wild on Liv Morgan. Rodriguez tagged in and gave Belair a spine buster. She then went for a powerbomb on her partner. She picked up Liv in a powerbomb and powerbombed Liv onto Belair for a 2 count. Naomi tagged in, hit the X Factor for 2. Rodriguez followed with a fallaway slam. Liv Morgan tagged in and hit Belair with a code breaker. Morgan then went for Oblivion, but Belair caught her and hit a KOD. It was at this point that Dominic Mysterio ran out and started jumping on the apron, distracting the referee from seeing the cover after Bianca hit Liv with the KOD. So Belair gets up, sees Dom. He jumps off the apron. She does a plancha and a slingshot dive over the top rope to take Dominic out. So she gets back in. She tags in Naomi. Naomi goes over to Liv and hits a split-legged moonsault. Rodriguez sees Naomi covering Liv and pulls Naomi off of Liv to break up the count. So the referee sees all this happen. Instead of going after Rodriguez and telling her to get back to her corner, the referee did nothing. She continued to check on Morgan. This allowed Rodriguez to slam Naomi on the apron with a choke slam. Morgan then all of a sudden crawled over to Naomi for the 1, 2, 3. I thought this was a lame finish. The choke slam on the apron was weak, and then Naomi kind of botched the pinfall because she was laying on one shoulder, and both of her shoulders were not flush on the mat, which looked a little awkward. And then Liv Morgan eventually made the 1, 2, 3. I didn't really see the chokeslam as a spot that would take Naomi out of the match completely and be the reason why they lost the match. But Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez win the tag team match in non-title, and they are absolutely going to be challenging for the women's tag team championships. Does Bianca Belair and Naomi lose the championships? Are we looking at Liv and Raquel winning the tag team championships? Is Jade Cargill going to have a play in any of this? We don't know. We don't know. I'm assuming this is going to build more so towards WrestleMania. I think. What else could there be? We'll see what happens here, but Naomi pinned by Liv Morgan after Liv Morgan pinned Bianca on Friday. Smells like a tag team title opportunity to me. The Ashen Chevalier with a $100 super chat. Oh my goodness. The road to WrestleMania has many possibilities for great matches and great stories. Ashin, thank you for being here. Appreciate you very, very, very much. I appreciate all you guys, man. You guys are fucking killing it tonight, man. This is a big week. It's a huge week. I am very thankful for you joining me right here on Off the Script. Royal Rumble week is one of my favorite weeks of the entire year for pro wrestling. And I'm glad you guys are sharing it right here on this stream tonight. Kathy Kelly interviewed Rhea Ripley. She said it didn't matter who won the Royal Rumble because she would brutalize them if they made it to WrestleMania. Bayley appeared and she issued a warning to Rhea Ripley. She said, last year I won the Royal Rumble and I won the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Maybe this year I'll win the Royal Rumble again and beat you for the World Championship at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley was very nice to Kathy Kelly. And Rhea Ripley, uncharacteristic of her, was very nice to Bayley. And she chuckled, she laughed, and said, good luck. And she walked away. No issue with Bayley at all. So Bayley walks away, and in the corner was Io Sky listening to what Bayley had to say to Rhea. Io approached Bayley and then very sternly told her face-to-face, I will see you on Saturday. Io, fan favorite. I don't want to say Io is the odds-on favorite. Io is the fan favorite to win the Royal Rumble. Is Io going to win the Royal Rumble? I would not have a problem at all if Io won the Royal Rumble. But it's very difficult to sit here after seeing weeks of vignettes and then on Friday get the official announcement that the android herself with her new firmware update and antivirus installed, the android is showing up on Saturday and entering the Royal Rumble. I would not give Charlotte Flair the Royal Rumble. I would not give Charlotte the Royal Rumble at all. I think that is so fucking boring. I mean, that may be the most boring Royal Rumble outcome that they could possibly come up with for 2025. I don't know who would be excited to see Charlotte miss 9 months of action, show up in the Royal Rumble, and win the Royal Rumble, and go to WrestleMania and get a championship match. At least she would have earned it instead of come back and just ask for one and then get one. But still, out of the field this year, out of the field of 30 this year, you're going to give it to Charlotte? I don't know, man. I would not. The Elimination Chamber? Sure. You want Charlotte to go to Toronto and win the Elimination Chamber? That's fine with me. I don't mind that at all. But the Royal Rumble? Nah. I got two people in mind for the Royal Rumble. One, Io. Obviously, Io. Second, we got some news today. Jordynne Grace has now inked a deal with WWE on a multi-year contract agreement. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, they have confirmed with WWE sources that Jordynne Grace, who was a top free agent coming over from TNA, is now signed with WWE on a multi-year contract. Fightful learned that WWE made their interest known and made the offer a couple of weeks ago before Grace finished up with TNA, fully aware that Grace would be leaving the company. Those that we spoke to in WWE said that Grace was signed almost immediately after her last match in TNA and that they didn't want to let her get to free agency. Can you imagine if Tony Khan saw Jordynne Grace on the free agent market, how much money he would throw at Jordynne Grace? To do what? Get some TV time for a couple of weeks and then be wasted? He would probably throw her on Ring of Honor. No matter what you think of Jordynne Grace, no matter where you wanted her to go, she was always going to go to WWE, and WWE is absolutely the right move for Jordynne Grace. They played it the right way. They obviously knew she was coming in. I mean, everybody knew she was coming in as soon as she showed up on NXT television while under TNA contract. They were just getting everybody ready to see Jordynne Grace. Oh, who's this? Oh, I like her. Oh, she'll be here. And they're doing the same thing with Joe Hendry. And they'll probably do the same thing with a lot of different people over there. WWE talked money. WWE talked contract. WWE talked when. As soon as that woman lost to Tessa Blanchard, soon as she got home, she picked up the phone and inked the deal. Good. Jordynne Grace should be considered a dark horse to win the Royal Rumble. And if I'm Triple H, I'm giving serious thought to Jordynne Grace winning the Royal Rumble and giving us Rhea Ripley versus Jordynne Grace at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. Because that's going to be a fucking banger. And it absolutely speaks WrestleMania. She's my dark horse pick. I would not mind at all if Jordynne Grace won the Royal Rumble. There was a Penta video package. He thanked the fans for their reaction, but this was only the beginning. He wanted to be the best in the world, but the only way to do that was to face the best. He was entering the Royal Rumble. He would get his WrestleMania moment, and he would show everybody that he has zero fear. Penta is in the Royal Rumble. I don't believe I'm saying those words. Pentagon Jr. is in the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble card. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole went over the card that will happen on Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Obviously, we got the two 30-man and 30-woman Royal Rumble matches. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And DIY will defend the tag team championships against the Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match. 4 matches for the Royal Rumble, folks. Both Rumbles will probably be an hour. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will probably go 25 minutes or so. And DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns will probably go 25 minutes as well. So you're probably looking at 3.5 hours of a Royal Rumble, which is perfectly okay. More than enough. Jordynne Grace winning would be fire, says Captain Solo. Yes. Absolutely. Aleister Black will not be in the Royal Rumble. As far as I know, Aleister Black will not be in the Royal Rumble. Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman wandered out to ringside. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, where's Roman Reigns, JD? Didn't they hype up Roman Reigns for January 27th in Atlanta? Yes, they did. But when they did it on the debut of Netflix on Raw, they did it on January 6th, and Roman walked into a door backstage with the WWE 2K25 logo on it. Had nothing else to do with Roman Reigns in any other capacity but the video game. So I don't know why people were upset that Roman wasn't on the show tonight. He was there in spirit. He was there via a video package for the new game because he's on the cover of the new video game. Paul Heyman is in the ring, and he announced that Roman Reigns is the cover man for the WWE 2K25 video game. Big banner drops down from the ceiling. Crowd is chanting OTC, OTC. Heyman said Reigns was coming back for his championship. He got his Ulafala back. He got his bloodline back. And now he wants his championship back. He's already told you exactly what he was going to do. Now the final piece to the puzzle is missing. He said it would be 29 versus 1 at the Royal Rumble because he knew that all 29 other men were coming for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was the biggest star in WWE, on Netflix, on this planet, and would be the biggest star on Mars when Elon Musk colonizes it. He called the rest of the locker room Roman Reigns wannabes. Drew McIntyre all of a sudden comes on out. He entered the ring before Paul Heyman could leave. Heyman looked nervous. McIntyre told him, relax, relax. Relax, because you're the only person who should be nervous, or the only person that should be nervous around here. It's not you. It's Sami Zayn. Just relax. McIntyre just wanted to talk. Crowd chanted, "We want Roman. We want Roman," to Drew McIntyre. I said this weeks ago. I said this with Solid Monster as well on Tuesday Night Titans as we talked about potential WrestleMania opponents for both Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. I said this weeks ago. You guys can go back and listen to it. You know where you heard it first. I said, don't be surprised if Roman Reigns' WrestleMania match is not The Rock, is not CM Punk. Don't be surprised if it's Drew McIntyre. And if it is Drew McIntyre, I'm booking Drew McIntyre to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It is a possibility. It is definitely a possibility. McIntyre said he was responsible for all the success Heyman was having. Crowd chanted, "We don't care. We don't care." McIntyre says, "Oh, but you will care." He called himself the daddy of the bloodline and said, "I hate it, but I'm the catalyst of it all." McIntyre said he eliminated Reigns to win the Royal Rumble in 2020 and then slayed the Beast at WrestleMania. The Beast, which was your client, Paul Heyman. McIntyre never mentioned the words Brock Lesnar. McIntyre said Heyman found Reigns when he was at an all-time low and harnessed his talent for evil. Heyman went on to make more money than ever before. Heyman even got himself on the cover of the video game, and they showed a close-up shot of Heyman in the corner of the video game cover holding the Ulafala, praying to Roman Reigns. McIntyre just wanted a thank you from Paul Heyman. That's all he wanted. McIntyre thanked him, but then in an angry tone said to McIntyre, "You're crowding me right now." McIntyre backed off, but asked Heyman for a favor. "Tell your boy that I will target him and toss his carcass over the top rope in the Royal Rumble." Heyman said, "I will deliver this message to Roman Reigns." McIntyre said, "I'm not talking about Roman Reigns. I'm talking about CM Punk." So again, we all thought that McIntyre was out there because of Roman Reigns, being that he confronted Paul Heyman. But McIntyre's out there not for Roman Reigns, not to deliver a message to the tribal chief, but to deliver a message to CM Punk. Drew McIntyre's taking care of everybody in the bloodline but Roman, and now he's targeting CM Punk. And the reason why he mentioned CM Punk is not because he's targeting CM Punk for him being the next in line on his hit list. He's targeting CM Punk because he said everybody knows he's coming after Roman. Everybody knows he's coming after Roman and looks to eliminate Roman. But he also wants to put a target on CM Punk's back, and he knows that Punk helped Roman at War Games. And everybody that's helped Punk is going to pay for their sins. Everybody knows he's going after Roman. Now he's making it known that Punk is going to be in the same match, in the same building as him. So don't think that I'm not coming after him either. Love it. Jackie Redmond interviewed Bron Breakker. He called half of the other Rumble entrants senior citizens. They'd realized they were no match for the badass because it wasn't 2014 anymore. He declared himself for the Royal Rumble. Bron Breakker in the Royal Rumble is going to be fun to watch, man. He was interrupted by Pentagon Jr., who was wearing a suit. He stood face to face with Bron Breakker, the Intercontinental Champion. And he did the Cero Miedo gesture right in front of Bron Breakker. He didn't say a word, and he walked away. Is WWE teasing us with a potential Bron Breakker and Penta match at WrestleMania? I don't know, man. But all I have to say, if that is the case, take my fucking money right now. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine WWE already putting Intercontinental Championship gold on Penta 3 months after he debuted in the company? Fuck you to Tony Khan, man. In the most subtlest of ways. I'd love it. I don't think that's the match, but if it is, you ain't going to get a fucking complaint out of me at all. Drew McIntyre. This was the last match of the night. They went 15 minutes, did Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn will pick it up after the commercial break. He came up bleeding from the tip of his nose. I don't know where it happened. I mean, the camera didn't really focus in on it all that much, but it happened on the outside. Again, it must have been the announce table. Something happened on the outside. McIntyre went for a Claymore kick on the outside. Sami Zayn ducked, and McIntyre landed on top of the announce table. So McIntyre threw Zayn into the barricade. Zayn and his bloody face, his bloody nose, got back into the ring. McIntyre, upon entering the ring with Zayn, hits a spine buster and a sit-out powerbomb for 2. Zayn comes back, sunset flip powerbomb out of the corner for a 2 count. McIntyre suplexed Zayn and kipped up to his feet. Sami Zayn nailed a big boot and the Blue Thunder Bomb for a 2 count. Sami Zayn went up top. McIntyre brought him down with a suplex. He tried for the Claymore. Zayn countered into a cradle. 2 count. McIntyre ran shoulder first into the ring post. Zayn follows up with an exploder suplex into the turnbuckles. Zayn went for the haluva kick. McIntyre dodged it and covered Zayn with his feet on the ropes for the 1, 2, 3. McIntyre did not need a future shock. He did not need a Claymore. He just needed a leverage pin. And that pushes him to 11 wins and 0 losses over Sami Zayn. It's unbelievable. Sami Zayn cannot figure out Drew McIntyre. Sami Zayn was arguing with the referee. He seen that McIntyre had the leverage pin. The referee didn't see it. McIntyre attacked him from behind. Cody Rhodes ran out for the save. But Kevin Owens ran out almost immediately to attack Cody Rhodes. Rhodes fought him off. McIntyre attacked Cody from behind. This is seeds planted for what's coming down the line. Zayn tried to make the save to help Cody, but he ended up hitting a haluva kick on Cody Rhodes as McIntyre moved out of the way. McIntyre looked up at Sami Zayn. He looked up at Cody Rhodes. He saw the damage was done, and he started smiling. Kevin Owens saw Sami haluva kick Cody Rhodes. He walks over to Sami, pats him on the chest for a job well done, almost in a way signifying, see what you did here? You got to do that to help me beat him at the Royal Rumble. Good job, brother. Good job, bestie. Sami Zayn was upset. He even got a couple of boos as he walked to the back. Everybody knew it was an accident. He looked back towards Rhodes and said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Now, it was in this weird transition. I legitimately thought this was the end of the show. Now, like, we knew Cody Rhodes was going to come out because he was advertised for the show, and we didn't really see him until this point. I thought this was it. I thought we were going to go and end the show right there. I'm like, oh, man, on Monday, that Raw's over at fucking 10:20. Right? Or whatever it was, 10:20, 10:25. So we come back, and Cody is still in the ring. He's selling the effects of the haluva kick from Sami. So he gets on the microphone, and he speaks, and he's looking up at the lights, and he's looking up at the audience, and he has some words for the crowd. He addressed the hometown fans. He looked up at both WWE championships hanging above the ring and said, he's learned that being champion was not about being physical, not about the physical belt, despite what Owens has convinced himself of. It was a mindset. It was about the work. Nobody in WWE works more matches than Cody. He showed up first, and he leaves last every single night. He was looking forward to Saturday to finally move past Kevin Owens. There's nothing more that they could really say. We got the contract signing on Saturday night's main event. Cody Rhodes and Shawn Michaels got the best of Kevin Owens. Tonight, it was Sami Zayn. It was Kevin Owens who got the best of Cody Rhodes through Sami Zayn. CM Punk comes on out. Completely unexpected. I thought this to be Cody, maybe Kevin Owens, maybe a small sell for the ladder match. But here we are with CM Punk coming out. Of course, we'd have to see CM Punk. CM Punk is the one superstar that they pushed so much to win the Royal Rumble. We haven't heard a fucking peep from John Cena outside January 6th. It's all CM Punk, which makes me believe he's not going to win the Royal Rumble. Punk gets into the ring. He asked Cody Rhodes if he was feeling all right. Rhodes was his friend, and Punk was worried about him. It seemed like everything was finally starting to weigh on him, being the WWE champion. Punk knows better than anybody what that title could do to a man. Punk said he was champion for a historic 434 days. Back when? Somewhere around the 300-day mark, Punk said being champion started to weigh on him. He started to feel burned out. It turned him into somebody he didn't enjoy being on most days. He lost friends. And now it's happening to Cody Rhodes. He understood Rhodes wanted to be the Bruno Sammartino and John Cena of this era, but none of them could be Superman. Rhodes says he didn't have a lot of friends. But CM Punk, you're my friend, right? Punk said yes. That's why I'm out here. Unlike everybody else, Punk would always be his friend. Not just because of a promise he made to Dusty, but because he genuinely loves Cody Rhodes. Not even Dusty could have prepared you for this, Cody. Not even your father could have prepared you for what's coming. When you were on top, there were no friends because you had a target. Rhodes asked Punk what was next for him. You're such a fucking what do they call him? You're such a magician, right? You're a fortune teller. Last year, you and I shared a ring together, and you gave me a prediction that very well came true last year. What is it this year? What do you got to tell me this year? Oh, grand fucking fortune teller. Less time with his family, feeling alone, ironically, in front of sold-out crowds. Meanwhile, somebody in the best shape of their life would win the Royal Rumble and take advantage of Rhodes and take his belt. And that was the good news. CM Punk said that somebody in the best shape of their life would win the Royal Rumble and take advantage of Rhodes and take his belt. I mean, that could be CM Punk. But who's to say that's not somebody else? How could CM Punk take advantage of how could CM Punk take advantage of Cody Rhodes? How? Winning the Royal Rumble, given a fair number to do so, and winning it the way somebody should win the Royal Rumble is not really taking advantage of Cody Rhodes. I genuinely wonder if there's more behind Punk's words. I genuinely wonder if Punk is alluding to something else in this promo that's hidden underneath, that there's a hidden message. Meanwhile, the message that we're all hearing is Punk is going to be the one to take the title off Cody Rhodes, and Punk is going to win the Royal Rumble and be the WWE champion at WrestleMania. Who else is in the best shape of their life and ready to take advantage of Cody Rhodes? Gee, man, something happened on January 6th, didn't it? Didn't somebody get all buddy-buddy with the American Nightmare and start drinking Wheatley's vodka and Terramana tequila right in front of the fucking parking lot on January 6th, where we all asked, what the fuck am I watching? How are you going to drink with this man after what we saw last time? I don't know. Could be The Rock. It could be Randy Orton, for all we know. It could be Randy who's taking advantage. Cody doesn't know where Randy is. Nobody knows what Randy is thinking. For all we know, the pile driver that happened to Randy Orton snapped something in his mind, and he's been watching and waiting at home, not wanting to come back for Kevin Owens, but wanting to come back because he realized in the time he spent at home that Cody is the problem. Again, I ask, are CM Punk's words about him winning the Rumble, him main eventing Mania, and him taking advantage of Cody Rhodes? How? Or is it The Rock? Or is it Randy Orton? Or is it Kevin Owens? Galactic Sound or Galactic Donuts in the chat. No, I'm not, brother. I'm not setting myself up for disappointment. If The Rock doesn't show up on Saturday night, he doesn't show up on Saturday night. I can sit here and tell you whatever the fuck I want. It's my show. If I think The Rock is a dark horse for the Royal Rumble, I'm going to continue to say The Rock is a dark horse for the Royal Rumble. If The Rock is not in the Royal Rumble, I'm going with CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble. That's it. Roman Reigns is not winning the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre is not winning the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul is not winning the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins is not winning the Royal Rumble. John Cena is not winning the Royal Rumble. CM Punk. That is the man. That is if The Rock doesn't show up. I'm just giving you alternatives. This is what we do here. Could be. Randy Orton could be in the Royal Rumble. We don't really know. He could win the Royal Rumble. That was the good news, says CM Punk. Rhodes wanted to hear the bad news as he smiled and laughed. Yeah, what's the bad news? Punk responded, the bad news is that somebody is me. Unlike everyone else who stabbed Rhodes in the back, Punk said he would win the Rumble and stab Cody from the front. Rhodes had a story. When he showed up in OVW, he met Punk. And they were the only ones who wanted to learn arm drags from Greg Gagne. Everyone there wanted to be Punk. Chick magnet Punk. Everybody wanted to be Punk. Everybody wanted to be like CM Punk. They chased him. Punk got called up. Rhodes followed later on. Rhodes chased Punk. Everyone chased Punk, but that dynamic changed because Punk was now chasing him. Rhodes wanted Punk to win the Rumble because I want you to catch up. Rhodes wanted to see the look on Punk's face when he realized the best in the world wasn't the best in the world anymore. This was a great segment. and a great tease that definitely planted seeds for multiple different directions to take place at the Royal Rumble going into WrestleMania season. The one thing I liked about it most was not Punk's promo. The one thing I liked about it most was Cody Rhodes' demeanor. I loved Cody Rhodes' demeanor on this show tonight because he played it off. He got kicked in the face by Sami inadvertently, but obviously it's going to weigh on him because his belts now are hanging above the ring. He doesn't have possession of his belts. The WWE has possession of his belts, and they will be held and they will be hooked to that hanger hanging above the ring on Saturday. Cody came off defeated tonight. Cody came off as if the entire world is fucking too heavy for him to carry. He came off tonight as if everything legitimately is getting to him and he's being bothered by the fact that he doesn't have his belts, that Kevin Owens is breathing down his neck, that Sami kicked him in the face, that everybody is making claim that they are going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's got 29 fucking targets on his back. Roman, Drew, Punk, Rollins, you name it. Sami. Cody Rhodes played the I can't carry this anymore role tonight. Great. And Punk is the perfect guy to just poke and prod and fucking slice and dice you with truths. WWE knows that Punk and Cody is a mega match ready to happen. Is this year the year? I don't know. Cody did say, keep watching, keep talking about the rumors, keep speculating on social media. The road that we are about to take you on is going to surprise a lot of people. Cody and John Cena isn't really a surprise. Cody and Roman 3 is not really a surprise. Even Cody Rock is not really a surprise because everybody expected Rock and Cody to be the final destination. But Cody and Punk would genuinely be a surprise. They had interaction last year. Punk actually said what he said to Cody last year in regards to The Rock taking his spot away at WrestleMania. And what happened? The Rock, at least for a little bit, took Cody's spot away from him. Punk called it. Punk was the fortune teller. Punk was the fountain in which Cody threw the quarter in. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What is going to happen at WrestleMania 40? If Punk could only play the fucking Powerball. Is WWE going to give us Punk and Cody this year? I don't know what WrestleMania ends up being if that's the case. I don't. How do we map out a WrestleMania? And now theoretically, I'm thinking we have to operate without Rock involved because Rock is not on TV. If we go Cody and Punk, we do Roman and Drew. Cena, who does Cena get? So that's the biggest question mark. If we do Cody and Punk, and then we do Roman and Drew, I don't know. Unless we do Cody Punk, we do Drew and John Cena, we do Roman and Jacob Fatu, we do Rollins and Sami, and then we do Logan Paul and Gunther. Then we do Charlotte and Tiffany. Then we do Rhea and Jordan Grace, or Io, one or the other. Bianca and Naomi versus Liv and Raquel. I don't know. Cena and Gunther should listen. I told you this. You people must either not listen or you are just joining the stream. John Cena chasing number 17 absolutely should not happen at WrestleMania 41. I don't know how many times I have to explain this to you. I don't know. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. That could be a potential WrestleMania card. Becky Lyra, yes. Becky and Lyra. Chasing number 17 should not take place at WrestleMania. Absolutely not. This was a great segment. Like, the world stops when these two guys are... Listen, when Punk has a microphone, you stop and listen to what the man has to say anyway. But when it's Punk and Cody, I mean, the world stops. You watch and listen and do nothing else. The crowd hung on to every fucking word that these two guys had to say because this is Superstar 1A and Superstar 1B. Right? These are the two biggest baby faces in the fucking company. WrestleMania main event on any planet with these two guys. I thought this was a very good Monday Night Raw, very good go-home show. This was an excellent segment. Tremendous piece of business was this segment. Again, I know The Rock is on everybody's mind. I know. If The Rock is not involved in the Royal Rumble, I'm going CM Punk. If The Rock is involved in the Royal Rumble, then The Rock is winning the Royal Rumble. Whether he comes out at number 30 per se, number 30 proper, or somehow, some way, someone gets taken out of the Rumble and there's one spot missing, buzzer goes off at number 30 and we get somebody like Logan Paul or somebody, but then the buzzer goes off again after Logan Paul is announced as number 30 as 31. Meanwhile, it would still end up being 30 because there's 30 people in the field of the Rumble, and The Rock comes out, and The Rock eliminates whomever he's got to eliminate to win the Royal Rumble by showing up and just abusing his power. Maybe. So right now, my pick for the Royal Rumble is proper CM Punk or a dark horse in The Rock winning the Royal Rumble. That's what I'm going with. Oh, my goodness. We got a $100 super chat from my guy, Pool S. Hi, JD. How you doing? Consider this my official entry into the OTS Rumble, where I'm going to throw out all the OTS crew and win. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. Shout out to the OTS crew. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Thank you, Pool S, for your unbelievable generosity tonight here on the Monday Night Raw post show right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys for a great stream. Appreciate you very much. Tonight, we are sponsored by my great friends over at Huel. Make sure you guys check the live stream chat and check the description for information. Huel.com/scripts. 15% off, and they're even going to throw in a free gift. Make sure you guys go and support. I'm going to kick it to them. Tonight, we are sponsored by my great friends over at Huel. Every single night, man, I'm sitting in this dark horse, and we're on our way to the OTS venue, and I ask you guys one very important question. What the hell are you guys drinking? I know what we're all drinking every single night when we sit live on the stream, but every single morning I wake up, the one thing I grab is my great friends over at Huel. Huel.com/scripts. Huel is the complete global nutrition brand trusted by millions, and I got their Black Edition ready to go in a bottle, man. It's a complete meal in a bottle, high in protein, low in sugar, packed with all the nutrients your body needs to perform at its best. And tonight, they're sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script, and you can try it yourself for 15% off and get a free gift when you use my promo code SCRIPT at Huel.com/scripts. You can ask anybody that knows me, man. I am not a morning person whatsoever. I usually have 2 cups of coffee, don't have breakfast on most mornings. I go all the way to lunch, have a light lunch, and then that takes me all the way up until dinner time. But the Huel Black Edition, I'll tell you, man, it's been my go-to. It keeps me full, energized, and focused so I can tackle whatever the day throws at me. It's got a whopping 35 grams of proteins plus 27 vitamins and minerals all in one handy bottle. It's perfectly balanced in every sense of the word, designed by experts to provide all the nutrients your body needs from a meal. Huel takes the guesswork out of healthy eating. It's also very convenient. No meal prep, no cooking. Say goodbye to getting hangry and unsatisfying snacks and just grab a Huel instead. And lastly, Huel is incredibly affordable. With high-protein meals less than $5, it's a budget-friendly option that I'm genuinely excited about. If you guys don't believe me, take the leap of faith for yourself and join the community of Hooligans. Yes, the Hooligans. With this exclusive offer for new customers of 15% off plus a free gift with promo code SCRIPT at Huel.com. That's 15% off plus a free gift for new customers. Once again, without promo code SCRIPT at Huel.com. Start your year off strong. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters.
Surrounded by roads with no signs and no ends. How can I know where they go?
Thank you to my sponsor tonight, Huel. Make sure you guys click the link, man, and go check them out. I want to thank them for once again sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script. Let's get into these super chats. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD and OTS, WWE Raw, let's go, my friends. Yeah! Gabriel Boss with a super chat. Monet vs. Stat 2 from World's End was better than some of the matches on that category. Best of AEW women's matches for the year. JD, that sequel delivered. Gabriel. It's over. Who cares? The list was made well before World's End. I'm not waiting till the end of the year to for AEW to finish their little fucking rinky-dink pay-per-view. Nate with a $2 super chat. Ha ha ha. Watching Cole Yeet is the whitest thing ever. Yep. Major, I didn't say Cody. I didn't say KO and Sami at WrestleMania. Where did you hear that? I didn't say KO and Sami at WrestleMania. I said Sami and Seth. So KO and Randy. If we get Sami and KO, it will be in Canada at the Elimination Chamber. Yes, Michael Cole is very white. So am I. Captain Solo at 42 months. Did Paul Levesque take the night off and leave the keys with Bruce? No. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I thought tonight was a very good show. King Mo Jackson with a $1.99. I would rename the Judgment Day to the Misfits. Also with a $1.99, he says, King Mo Jackson says, JD Jesse Solo as a faction. What would you name it? The best of the best of the best. Triple B. Make out TJ with a $4.99. Miz told Andrade to find a manager Friday. Tonight, Zelina is moved to SmackDown. This is perfect. Did she get... Wait a minute. Did she get moved to SmackDown? Did Zelina get moved to SmackDown? When did that happen? When did they announce that? They said it on Raw. I must have walked away. I probably walked away to make a coffee, and then it happened, of course. All right. There you go. I like it. Mid-match with... okay. Yeah, I definitely walked away to go make a coffee. Absolutely. I like the move. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. We need more Roman Reigns on our TV screens and less of this hip-hop rap garbage. Listen. I'm not a fan of the music that WWE constantly presents on their TV shows. What can I do? Like everybody said today, I could bitch, I can complain, I could scream into the fucking clouds. We are not the target demographic anymore. We're not. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. It is what it is, folks. Michelle with a $4 super chat. Looks like Punk and Drew will feud forever on and off. If we get Cody Punk at WrestleMania, Drew may screw Punk over. I could see it. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $10 super chat. One Cole's shout out to rappers in cringe as fuck, and McAfee proved it with the botch handshake replay. To Cody and CM Punk are two of the best on the mic. Suck it, Mr. Freeze. Tony McMahon. Thank you, Johnny. Cody and CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania might give Tony Khan a heart attack. Tony Brown with a $5 super chat. JD, I'm not an ass kisser, but for Bianca and Liv, I'll make an exception. Oh, my goodness. I hear you, Tony. Nick Williams with the 32 months. Nothing left to say except let's get ready to rumble. Absolutely. I can't wait. Hardcore Kevin with the $5 super chat. Yo, JD, I was wondering if you would ever add a JD plushie to your merch so everyone around the world can have a JD to sleep with that night. It's a good idea, Hardcore Kevin. I just don't want the men sleeping with a JD plushie. The women, sure. The men, a little bizarre. Blur the Nerd. $5 super chat. Gotta give props to both JD McDonough and Michael Cole for making sure he was all right. JD gave everything in that match. He did. JD McBeast tonight. Survivor 1993 with a $6.99. I know 24 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. You know, we got a lot of cosplay comedians in the chat. I thought that was Sidro's job. MGM Ballin' with a $9.99. JD McDonough appreciation super chat. Absolutely. Absolutely. The final boss with a $1.99. Punk Cody at WrestleMania would have Tony fearing for his life. Indeed. Captain Solo with a $50 mini bomb. The question is, what the fuck are you drinking, JD? I am drinking tonight. Tonight I'm drinking. I love this one, man. Spindrift. Half and half. Half iced tea and half lemonade, man. You can't see the yellow because it's green screened out, but yes. One of my favorite cold beverages, man. Non-alcoholic cold beverages. Do you think Rhea Ripley ever gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship or the United States title like China, or are you against it? OTS for life, this is the place to be. First of all, thank you, Captain Solo. Secondly, if she loses the World Championship and eventually gets a story surrounding the IC title or the U.S. title, sure. I think women like Rhea Ripley, or of the status like a Rhea Ripley, should be holding those mid-card championships to build up the prestige of said championship, for sure. I would love to see that happen. Ricardo Linnell with a $5 super chat. Having CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania would be a huge fuck you to Tony Khan and his shit creative. Yeah. I agree. Jeff with a $10 super chat. Let's get that gear, JD. Love the show tonight and hyped for the Rumble. JD the GOAT. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you very much. I got to tally all these entries tonight, man. We're going to do more entries tomorrow night. You got to show up for the Silent Monster, bro. You got to show up for the Silent Monster. You guys can't be skimping tomorrow night, okay? It's the last TNT for January. You got to show up big. Final boss with a 199. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. John Cena versus Gunther. Yes and no. The Ashen Chevalier with a 20. Getting in the draw. LOL. Ashen just bought himself 2 entries. Love it. Dovey earlier tonight at 11:30 with a $100 super chat. Thank you, Dovey. As always, we love having Dovey in the chat. Chris Lloyd with a 10. 3 things. EO should be the Iron Woman in the Rumble. I like it. I'm picking either Drew or Rock for Men's Rumble. I have a question. I never played 2K24. Should I get it or wait till 2K25 comes out? Well, if you were on PlayStation Plus a while back, I think they gave 2K24 away for free, just the base game. So if you missed out on that, I would wait and buy 2K25. Ricardo with a $15 super chat. I'm officially declaring for the contest with this entry added to my other entry. Let's go. All right. Ricardo bought himself 2 entries in a sly manner. I like it. The Polish Sausage. Thank you, brother. Guy bought himself 10 entries into the Rumble pool, man. Unbelievable. Midmost Mark with a 20. What a great 3 weeks of Raw. They found their sweet spot. I'm certain with this trajectory, they are in for a world of growth and love of the business. Fans, wrestlers alike. Cheers, JD. Thank you, brother. Sidro with a $5 super chat. What goes in hard and dry but comes out wet and soft? Gum. I completely thought that was going somewhere else, but that's more of a me problem than anything else. And wife asks me to pass her lip balm. I gave her super glue by mistake. She's still not talking to me. I like it. I'd like to see that actually play out with some people. Believe it or not. Hardy Punk Steel Cage 09 with a new membership. It's quite the name you got there, bro. Thank you. Chris with 30 months. What's up, JD? I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. Fun fact. Did you know there was 18 Hall of Famers in the 1992 Royal Rumble match? I knew there were several. I didn't know there was 18. But that's a lot. Thank you again, Polish Sausage with the 100. He came in big tonight, man. By the way, guys, I'm looking at 929 likes. We need 71 more likes. We had 3,200 people in here tonight. I don't know why I don't see 1,000 likes. What are we waiting for, bro? Did Ibu apologize tonight? That's what I want to know. Did Ibu apologize to the Fightful staff for his immaturity? Is Sap keeping him on Mondays? I would. I would let Ibu stay on Mondays. Premier 999 Punk and Cody segment was fire. Keep being the GOAT, JD. Thank you, brother. I don't know if I'm the GOAT, but I know we got the best stream in the community. He apologized in general yesterday. What was yesterday? Andrew Brown with the 199. No message. A Watson with 32 months. What's up, JD? I'm putting my money on Punk to win the Rumble. LFG. Cheers, bruh. Thank you, Watson. Jonathan Meredith. I see you, bro. Thank you. Ibu did, and he stepped down from Fightful. Oh, my goodness. So we got a couple of cancellations this year already, huh? That fucking loser fake reaction streamer, Mr. Teshk, AR Gold. He wasn't a creator, though. He's nothing more than a fucking immature, hasn't even hit puberty yet, fucking pimply slob who doesn't know a fucking thing and has no sources and no content and no platform. And my guy Ibu, man, what happened? What happened? I'm telling you, man. This wrestling shit, this podcasting shit ain't easy, bro. I'm surprised I've been doing it as long as I have, and I'm only getting better, man. I haven't even hit my peak yet. Taylor Dowell with a 499. Really disappointed with Roman's no-show. I feel like we were lied to when he made the announcement to address the world on the 27th after the Solo win. Sounds like a you problem, brother. He walked through a WWE 2K25 door on January 6th. He made no mention of him being on the show. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Like him or hate him, Logan Paul is great at what he does and is a natural for the business. Give this man his flowers. Just my 2 cents. The heat that he got tonight was beautiful. Beautiful heat. Jeff with a $50 super chat. The Russian Hammer is here for more entries in the Rumble. Drinks for everyone at the bar and a shot for JD of his choice. Gentleman Jack, please. Love your dedication to your coverage these past few nights, especially after doing a 3-hour show last night. Appreciate you, brother. It's been a long weekend. I did House of Glory on Saturday night with the Solid Monster, came home to watch Saturday night's main event, went live that same night for a review, and then did the 3-hour stream with Jesse on Sunday night at 11 p.m. I don't run away from the grind, brother. I don't run away from it. I only embrace it. I embrace it. Oso Vaughn with a $9.99. Logan versus Gunther. Mania. Logan gets upset win. Cena versus Logan. SummerSlam. John wins. Loses the title to Drew. And then Drew versus Breaker at Mania next year. Boom. Not bad. Not bad. I'm giving the King of the Ring to Drew McIntyre this year, though. Soundwave 80s with the $4.99. Have you ever played The Last of Us Part 2? I thought it was a very good game. I did not. I played some of it and then I shut it off. I lost interest. Best in the world, Matt, with a $10 super chat. CM Punk versus Cody at Mania, please, for the main event. Tony Khan may be a petty man, but Triple H is even more petty. He is. He hasn't forgotten all those things Tony Khan said about him years ago. Tony's fucked. There's nothing he could do or say that's going to change anything. Triple H legitimately hates Tony Khan. Not even a thought in his mind is about Tony Khan. Captain Solo at $5 super chat. A great man named Kurt Hennig once sang a song on WCW called Rap is Crap. I remember. Ricardo Leno with a $20 super chat. Triple H is a genius. He gets revenge on TK by doing things his way, while all the while causing Vince to have an aneurysm from watching real long-term booking every week on television. Eat it, TK. Eat it. Vince McMahon. WWE is in its golden age. No, The Last of Us 2, it got a little weird for me, man. I did not like to follow the story as to where they were going. Shut it off. Last of Us 1 was a lot better. Pool S, thank you, brother, for the 100. Appreciate you. Captain Solo at a 5. Cody, from one haluva kick, looked like he received 10 Roman Reigns spears. What the hell was in that man's boot? I don't know. Maybe Cody was drinking a little bit too much of that Wheatley vodka before it came out. Hit a network. Hi, JD. What match will main event this Saturday? The Men's Rumble will main event. I hope JD McDonough is okay after that nasty bump. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Yes, the Men's Rumble is going to main event. M. James with a 5. I'm no Cody hater, but I hope he loses the title at the Rumble. I think he could still have a huge story-driven match with someone at WrestleMania without it. Not going to happen. Cody is going to retain. Mark Elaine with a 50. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you, brother. Advice for those who always fail in life. Does it get better? Of course it gets better. Nobody lives dark days every day. There will be some dark days. There will be some good days. You are the master of your own destiny, bro. Basic with a 4.99. Orton comes back for the Rumble and wins it. Chooses to face Cody. KO interferes, causing Orton to win. Again, it is a possibility. We just have no fucking clue where they're going. At all. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. Cena wins Money in the Bank this year. Punk beats Cody at Mania. Let me put on another song. Cena wins Money in the Bank. I think that's going to happen. I think that's the way to go. Punk beats Cody at Mania. I could see it. Battle for 17 takes place at the end of the year. Cody versus Randy does not need a title. Bobby Means with a $2 super chat. EO wins the Rumble and Flair wins the Chamber. I would be okay with that. Major with a $1.99. If you say Sami KO at Mania, then who does Randy fight? Again, I addressed that earlier. I never said KO and Sami at Mania. I said KO Sami at Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Canada. Randy would get KO at WrestleMania, and Sami would get Seth. Taylor Dow with a $1.99. Can you give a shout out to Sean? Love the stream. Shout out to Sean. Thank you for watching, brother. Anthony with with a 199. Carmelo Hayes attacked Cody after Raw. Great. I didn't see it. It didn't happen. Clone Force with a 9 months. Prayers to my cousin's longtime friend's mother since she's losing her battle to cancer. Let me see some prayer emojis in the chat for Clone Force's cousin's longtime friend, mother. Fuck cancer. Can't stand cancer. Wish you knew nothing but the best, Clone Force. Major with a 199. Gunther versus Jay. At WrestleMania, Jay wins for the big moment. I mean, it's a possibility. They did mention it tonight. I mean, he could win the chamber and challenge Gunther at WrestleMania. I could see it. Listen, the losses do nothing to Jey Uso. Him losing to Gunther does nothing. He's still over as fuck. He's like bulletproof. MGM Ballin with a 999. I was disappointed with how short-lived Enemies by Shinedown was as the Raw intro. That was a great song. That was a great theme. I enjoyed Papa Roach as well. To Be Loved, that was a great theme too. Nothing beats Anthrax though. Nothing beats the Raw is War theme. Anthrax was top of the top. Sidro with a $5 super chat. How does a woman scare a gynecologist? By becoming a ventriloquist. And what do you call a man who cries while he pleasures himself? A tear jerker. Thank you, Sidra. Glad you're in the chat tonight, bro. Clone Force with a $4.99. I left a link in the comments of the GoFundMe link since it wouldn't let me send the super chat with the link in it. Post it again, brother. Post the link to the GoFundMe in the chat again. Sidro with a $2 super chat. Bianca, EO, Grace. One of them will win the Rumble. Punk for the men's. Yeah, Bianca's a dark horse. I think Bianca's a dark horse, but I don't know. I don't know what they do with Bianca, honestly, at WrestleMania. The rumor is that she is a potential winner for the Women's Rumble to wrestle Rhea at WrestleMania, which would be fine. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Michael Krause, do you think Cody will retain at WrestleMania? Depends on who he's wrestling. Right now, we don't. We'll find out Friday or Saturday. Metalhead Forever with a $1.99. Can't afford subscription. Lost my job. OTS forever. It's all right, brother. As long as you're here, that's all that matters. And Major with a $1.99. Could you see WWE get into the gambling industry? No. I do not. Guys, you killed it. I appreciate you guys very much, man. We just hit 1,000 likes. Awesome. Great stream. Great energy. Great discussion. We are revving up the Mustang, the dark horse, and we are getting the hell out of here, man. I gotta head to Tuesday nights. Tomorrow night with the Solid Monster, Tuesday Night Titans, right here on the channel. It's gonna be a big show. Royal Rumble episode of Tuesday Night Titans. Follow me on social media at JD206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the content on this channel, even the second channel. We're about to hit 10,000 subs on the second channel. Leave me a comment. Continue to hit that thumbs up. And I will see you guys live tomorrow night with the Solid Monster. We got all your weekly wrestling news, Royal Rumble preview, Royal Rumble predictions. We'll talk a little Saturday night's main event. Tomorrow on Tuesday Night Titans. On Off the Script. So I'll see you guys later.